Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Create Astral. It has been a while. I am here in my new workshop I built last time. I remember mostly what I've done, and only after I've finished the last episode I remembered that I have not actually put my kitchen anywhere in here, and there's not really any space for that, so I'll think about that later, where to put my kitchen area, maybe even some kind of a separate thing for it. But for now, let's continue with some more progression. So I have just completed the quest for Power the World. All your energy can be transferred around with easy to use wires now. We have 2 connectors, copper spool and a gold spool. Now, this actually didn't get recorded, but I have just made these things. Here they are. It gave me a Tech Reborn manual as a reward, which was just a link to the wiki, and when I clicked I want a refund, it gave me this refined iron ingot, which is completely useless. It has no use and no recipe, so yeah. Now, what this unlocked for us is I've got some new tools for you. I do believe these were not in this chapter before, they were later, but let's see. These have no durability, are enchantable, but require power as a resource instead. They may not be more powerful than upgraded Tinker's tools, but enchanting via the old way and keeping them forever can be pretty handy. Description of what they do is an each relevant quest. So we have a chainsaw, it cuts trees. A rock cutter, it's a diamond pickaxe with silk touch. Drill or jackhammer, an all-purpose pickaxe. And jackhammer is the lowest tier, okay, so like a pickaxe, I guess, kind of, but without the dirt capability. And rubber. Electric Rita. It's zaps. Okay. And then we have charge your tools. This handy box will charge batteries and power tools, thus making your tools truly reusable. Ha, a battery box from Tech Reborn. I remember this thing back in the Industrial Craft 2 days. So I need 3 of these batteries and a spool. Okay. Can we make more batteries? Let's see. So, right now, yeah, we only have 1, and we're missing more silver sheets for those, so let me get some silver and smash it in our new super fast press. Very nice. Max speed press is always very satisfying. And now we should be able to go bam, bam, bam. Oh. We're missing another piece of spool. Oh, because I have it in my inventory. Okay. And now I should be able to just actually, yeah, get more planks. And now I can make the battery box. Even though it's not really useful right now since I don't actually have tools, but it is charging up, as you can see by just placing it next to it. And this little dot is actually the output. If I want to bring a wire out of this, that will be the output side where I place the connector. Just like this. Aha, it fits even right on that output hole. Nice. So, what's next? I could make some of these tools, but aha, a potion of fire resistance. Thank you. I'll put that in my backpack. Here are all my kitchen section stuff that I have not placed yet. And what now? How do I input-output from these machines? Quick crash course on how to automate. By default all sides are locked. It opened the blocks GUI, click the range, so just like with the storage units, I guess. Need to manually configure all individual slots. Yes, editable slots, input-output, accepts both. Okay, yeah, this remedies the age-old issue where default blocks have, in which predetermined input-output directions for specific slots limit automation design heavily. Yeah, like with vanilla furnaces that accept hoppers only from the top for the smelting stuff, from the side for fuel, and out the bottom for results. That is quite limiting, but let's see. So we have a free copper, chute, funnel, and belt. Okay. This new system is very handy. Now I just need to get me a drive bay to get really high capacity stuff. Oh, sleep time. Oh, and it looks like the wood contraption is filled up, seemingly. Yeah, okay. So my FPS has improved a bit now, that it's not spinning everywhere. That's good. I'm still surprised it takes so much toll on the FPS even with my upgraded new hardware. But I guess that is because I am also running a 3D VTuber model along with it, so it would be better without that. I might get a 2D at some point, but I think that's a long way away. This is still kind of an experiment for me. So, what next? Extractor, compressor, and grinder. The grinder is the main one leading to this rocket stuff, but so is the compressor. You don't really need rubber right now, so we're good on it, so no need for the extractor. We can also start doing bucket of seed oil, automate a seed. Seed oil, which our biofuel will be derived from, is made by compressing heated seeds. There are many seeds to choose from, so automate whichever one makes the most sense to you. So, what kind of seeds? Okay, for some reason we can melt beetroots into seed oil. I'm not sure if that's intentional. But we can compact rice, tomato seeds, beetroot, melon, pumpkin, wheat, I guess, and cabbage. Okay, so yeah, just about any seed. That's good. And it says no heating required, even though this says heated seeds. I guess that's also gonna have to be fixed, but yeah, so that is how we make the fuel for our rocket. And canning machine. There are few solids that can only be turned into liquids when contained in an airtight cell. Canning machines allow you to do this. There's very few items that requires this though, but there's one you might need, and I guess that is the biofuel cell, so... Wow! It requires quite a bit of stuff. Integrated circuits, deployers, and basic machine frames. Okay, I guess the others are similar. Okay, the compressor is a bit simpler. It's just sturdy sheets with one integrated circuit and a press. Okay, we could do that. Let's just add all the stuff we need to our bookmarks for now. So, compressor, canning machine, what else? Save your power, the accumulator. Does act like a giant battery. Okay, I don't think I need that. For now I have the bed box. Yes, the grinder. So, this one takes diamonds. Aha. Ultra pure diamond. I don't think that's... I think that exists here, or at least not something that can be obtained. Oh, and then we need fragile sheets. Weaken some sturdy sheets in a grinder. Pretty interesting recipe. So, let's see. Diamonds. Do not have any diamonds here. Do we have anything in this one? Strange. Did I really spend all my diamonds or something? Because I remember having some, at least. Did I have only one and added to my pickaxe? I genuinely forgot. I don't know what happened to my diamonds. Okay. Well, that means we'll need to get some. And of course, there are different ways. Because instead of mining, we could go with the compacting route. We create a diamond nugget from prismarine. And prismarine we can get from either hunting the lapis or crushing the prismarine, as I mentioned before. Of course, prismarine can be acquired from hunting lapis again, or from compacting corals. And corals are made pretty easily by just mixing kelp with water. So yeah, maybe a kelp farm is good. And good thing is we can also automate kelp with Create, of course, because in a mixer, kelp and bone meal equals more kelp. Very nice. And you just loop the one kelp back constantly, keep it running, and that's nice. In fact, actually, you don't even have to loop anything back. Just set a funnel, a brass funnel, to only output 9 kelp at a time, and then you'll never run out. So, maybe I should try automating that, because that seems like a pretty worthwhile investment. Automating bulba roots or lunchrooms would probably be both pretty slow and pretty resource intensive in terms of my computer. But yeah, I think maybe I should set up automation for the kelp. It's actually an interesting idea. So let me think about how and where I want to plan this out. Okay, so I think first things first, before actually doing anything about the kelp, I'll make myself a compressor. So mechanical press, and this. Have all of that. Singularity impending. Craft a compressor. Okay. So I can just place it right here for now, and go with... Oops, not that. Go with a connector like this, and connect it with a spool. And now it's charged. Very nice. Have an empty spool now. So, yes, the dash sheet. So, the dash plate is needed in many manners of space utilities and crafts. A dash tough handle. I've actually made a dash hammerhead last time, so that's another piece for the hammer, which I might make. But what do we need here? A dash sheet, which is, yeah, just a dash ingot in there. So let's place that here, and it's compressing slowly. So while that's going, what I think I want to do is place it somewhere in this area that I've flattened out by the sea. It only makes sense. Honestly, there is so much kelp, I could just harvest a bunch of it by hand every now and then, but this is a pack about automation after all, so I should probably be automating. Now, let's think about the layout. A fabled dash plate, yes. Oh, more wires. Thank you. Can make more spools. And bam. Okay, 2 more spools. Even if I don't need that for now, but... So, let's think of what I need for that whole processing chain. Now, unfortunately, we don't have AMI in here, or I would be able to just see a whole recipe tree for that, but now we cannot. So, we need 1 press for compressing diamond nuggets into diamonds, and for compressing prismarine into diamond nuggets, so that could be just 1, where it compresses into nuggets first, and then whether there are enough nuggets, it outputs the diamond itself. So that's 1 press. Then for the prismarine crystals, that could be a crushed block of prismarine, and a block of prismarine can be made from shards. So yeah, we're making shards into blocks and then into crystals. So that is 1 press. Before it, 1 pair of crushing wheels. Before that, another press to compact the shards. Then, here we go, another press to compact the corals. So that again can be done in 1. So corals get pressed into shards, shards get pressed into blocks. Just need to set the filter that it doesn't make bricks, makes regular prismarine. And then we need a mixer for creating the corals, a fan for smoking the kelp, and a mixer for making the kelp. Then the only thing needed is the bone meal output. So, in total we need, yes, 2 mixers, 2 presses, 1 fan, and 1 pair of crushing wheels. And all of this is kinda just in a line. But we also need a bone meal input. Now, again, there are different ways to make bone meal. One of them is, of course, to compost the outputs of an automatic farm, but again, I don't think I want to make a whole contraption for that purpose, so what I can do instead is build a looped machine that turns essentially cobblestone into bone meal, or gravel into bone meal. I believe that does still exists. Let me see. So that uses calcite. Yes, if we crush calcite, we get 4 calcite dust. And if we mix calcite dust with water, we get a bone meal. So 4 bone meal from 1 calcite blocks, which we then can compact. Yes, we can compact 2 bone meals with a gravel in a press to make back into a calcite block. So essentially, with each cycle we are turning 1 block of gravel into 2 pieces of bone meal. There is even a pre-made contraption made for that, which I might build with a schematic cannon, since I do have a schematic table here. It would be nice to put it to good use at least once. But for now, let me just prepare everything for the kelp processing line. So here we go, press, mixer, fan, and crushing wheels. And now to set all of this up, somewhere in here. Okay, so I think I kinda wanna work backwards, so let's start somewhere near the shoreline with a drawer, which is where the things will go, the diamonds. And actually I think I need a basin. Yes, I forgot to make the basins for my stuff. Bit of a rookie mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this is all we need, minus the belts and such. So I need a depot, actually. So I think this will work if we put a depot here with our pressing basin right here, in order to, maybe I'll turn it this way, so this will output the diamonds and this will, actually no, I cannot do that because this needs to output with a funnel as well, so I'll need it to output onto a small belt or something, or maybe actually I could use a funny feature here, which is item drains, because with an item drain what you can do is kind of roll items along. So if I place a drain just like that and I throw something on it, oh, you can see it rolls. So I can simply replace this with a couple of these drains. So bam, bam. And now when I put the basin here, now the item should roll. Yep, on a roll. And if there's another funnel here, it will end up in the drawer. It's a bit of a weird jank solution, but I like it. The little quirks of Create. Input on this one, and let me go make some more. Actually need a brass one for this, so brass funnel, bam. Oops, I'm hungry. Just noticed, sorry. Everyone probably shouting at me if you're watching for that. So I'll just reverse it for now, and later on, after we actually acquire a diamond, I'll put it here in the output funnel. But for now, actually, let me just check that this works. No, it doesn't. Okay. That's a bit of an oopsie. So I do have to actually put it differently. Okay, I see. Well, I'm experimenting. I'm learning. So it does need to roll along just like this. Basin goes here. Funnel goes here. Now item rolls and ends up in the drawer. Correct. So reverse this for now. Place press again. And this will be our diamond pressing thing from Prismary. And before this we need our crushing wheels. And this will produce prismarine crystals and lapis with a 50% chance. So we need something like a belt going into here. And some crushing wheels. Okay, I do have gearboxes, so I can just grab all of my gearboxes, my belts, one belt that is trying to connect to something again. Yes, okay, it's fixed now. And shafts. Okay. So we can have a belt going directly into the basin like this. We can put a couple of these vertical gearboxes on the sides to do this, and oops, power the crushing wheels. Yes. And then we'll need another drawer or something that will take off the lapis. So let's just mark this as a place for it. I'll get one later. For now, yeah, this will be where the lapis byproduct goes, and the prismarine will go into the basin to get pressed into diamonds. Now, before these crushing wheels, I need a press to compact stuff into prismarine. So prismarine shards and coral. So this needs to be another pressing basin where coral is inputted. So I guess I'm gonna need to make this. Let's shorten this and instead make a belt that goes one block down so that everything is on one level and not kind of cascading down. Here we go. So skipping ahead a bit, here is the finished, well, not the finished, but sort of the main body of the production line. This is the press that presses corals into prismarine. This will be the basin that makes corals, with a place for a water source under it, and a pump will go in here. And then this is where the kelp will be bulk smoked, and this will be the kelp farming basin, which will need a water input and a bone meal input. Okay, now we just need to wire everything up and actually place the stuff. Well, technically I also need the bone meal productions, but I think I will make that from a schematic. I think I should try it out. So I need another pump. The fan will go actually right here, I think. Yes, with a campfire here. I'll maybe even put another one on the other side so it goes faster, though I don't think I need it to go too fast. I'm not sure. I'll think about it once I get the production line running. Actually have a campfire right here. I'll use it right now and then make a new one for the kitchen. So yeah, that's the core of the production line. Now I just got to add the bone meal and wire everything up to the power. So let me just go get that schematic. Okay, so first off I need to actually make the schematic cannon. Now the recipe for the dispenser is pretty funny. It's a dropper surrounded in a bow shape, because of course we don't have bows in this modpack. They are replaced with guns. So instead of using a bow in the dispenser recipe, we use a bow around a dropper. Now I can grab the schematic cannon, and I can grab one of the schematics that I don't need. I have two of these stone growth chamber ones, and I can rewrite it to this one I found on the Create Astral Discord by a member named Lexa. And now this is the tileable bone meal. Now I don't know exactly how it is tileable, but I think just one of these will be enough. So I just position this somewhere around here, and I can rotate it. I forgot how to rotate. Do I control? Yeah, control, of course. Yes, now I remember. So this will be the bone meal output, I believe, and this is the gravel input. So let me think on how to position this. Yeah, this will be the temporary bone meal drawer, and I guess I need to apply a downgrade to that, and after it fills up, this will start filling up. So I can just build the whole thing as is, or I can remove this and just plug the belt directly into this. I think I'll have the drawer here so that I can bring a belt from it to this. Feels slightly nicer to me. I'm probably gonna replace it so that it faces this way instead of this. That's gonna look nicer. But otherwise, yeah. Just so it's on the same level, I might actually sink it down into the floor by one. Yeah. Then this will be directly aligned with this. So now I can move it up closer. Maybe not as close. Like this, so that there's space to connect the fan. And yeah, this should be good. rain that is still silent because of a weird bug in the Astral mod. So yeah, I don't believe we need to confirm this in any way. Can just place the cannon and go. So bam, out of gunpowder. So yeah, I need to provide it with a piece or two of gunpowder. It is ready. Now we have to provide the materials. And for that there is a handy feature where you can just grab a book and plop it into the cannon. And we get a material checklist. This will tell us everything needed for this. So here we go, 4 pages, all sorts of things. And I can just put all of this in a chest next to the cannon. And that'll be all. So let's just prepare all of that and then I'll be back. Here's a fun trick you can do with the crafters, by the way. Just go to the back side and use the wrench to connect them all like this. And now all of these blocks will share an input. So if I just click the andesite alien to here, bam, all of it immediately in there and crafting. Very nice for automations. Not as much for manual crafting if you wish to craft different things in one crafter, but still really nice. So I've collected part of the items in here now, and you can see if I put the book through the cannon again, it has now checked off everything that I have already put in, and now the only things left in blue are what I need to provide. So I'm getting back on that. And here we go. Everything is checked off the list. The chest is full of materials, and let's press go on the cannon. Oh, that's not the go, that's the OK button. Here's the go. Nice. Now, while we are here, I need to place this drawer here for the lapis, and I'll also need to craft myself a drawer downgrade for this one. This cannon is building pretty nice and fast, I like this. I think it was slower in previous versions, but not sure. And here we are, whole thing done. Now we just connect power to this as well, lay a belt from here to here, and that should be all. I'm just replacing the drawer to face this way, because it'll have funnels coming out here. And yeah. Oh, I have exactly 2 shafts, nice. So... yes, yes. And... I'm a bit stupid, I actually needed this to go one higher because to input into a basin it can just go directly in, but I guess I can just use another funnel, even if that is kinda wasteful. It's okay, since I've already built this thing, I don't want to tear it down again, just to build it again. So in these trapdoors I need to waterlog it in order to make an infinite water source for the bone meal. So one here, and it's making a water source. And this pump will deliver it to the mixer. It's a bit funny that a mixer can mix through an encased pipe like this, but it works. And now we need to input gravel into here. So I believe for this it would be best to just put a pair of crushing wheels and a stone growth chamber above this, because I can't really be bothered with bringing cobblestone up from ground level to there. It would just make more sense this way, I think. And I can build some sort of scaffolding for it to stand on. I probably can even just remove this drawer completely and have it just drop directly onto the belt. Or I could even remove the belt completely and have it drop directly onto the depot, but I think... yeah. This depot is only here to input it on this chute as well, so I could just remove all of this, technically. It should still work. And I get some of my materials back that I technically didn't even really need in the first place, so yeah. Now it's a even smaller design, I guess. And I can just put crushing wheels right on top of here. Okay, okay. I think that's gonna be pretty nice. Aside from this little blunder. That was really quite stupid of me. But yeah. In that case, I will get back to you when I get my stone growth chamber and all the components to connect this stuff up to power. So see you then.